Vibe Show 97.9. Happy Sunday to everybody. Listen, I'm super excited about tonight, man. I got my friends, my buddies coming on the show. This is going to be big time right here. So y'all want to make sure y'all keep it locked in. We got the one and only Dr. Tony coming up and CEO and entrepreneur, the one and only Jessie McMillan coming up. Y'all keep it locked in. It's the Vibe Show 97.9, home of the most exclusive interviews. Y'all know the vibe. Ooh. Vibe Show 97.9. I'm your host, Kano the Don, the Vibe King. And today we have an amazing show lined up for y'all today. Hope everybody is enjoying this beautiful Easter Sunday. What better day to have these amazing guests on? This guy right here, though, this Dr. Tony is just super amazing. Been on the show several times. This is my buddy right here, man. Y'all already know the vibes. And now we got also coming on, because he's always bringing amazing guests on with him. And I had the honor and the pleasure to be introduced to another amazing guy who I just love to death. Jessie McMillan, CEO and entrepreneur. We got a lot to talk about. So y'all make sure that y'all have your popcorn and everything ready to go. Let's get these guys in here. It's the one and only Dr. T in the building.
What is up?
What's up, my brother?
Happy Easter, everybody. Hey.
And the one and only Jessie McMillan in the building.
My man.
Jess.
My man McMill.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter to y'all, brothers. Listen, man. We're doing this. Everybody's been super excited about it. How you gentlemen feeling today?
We're loving it.
Y'all loving it?
I'm excited. We're excited.
We had a great afternoon. We got massages before the show, so we'd be nice and relaxed for you, because I know you give the tough questions that nobody wants to answer.
Man, listen, I'm jealous, man. You've been telling me that I got to come and get mine, man. I got to get my adjustment. You've been telling me for the longest. I got to come and get mine. Jess, have you had the pleasure? I'm pretty sure you have the pleasure of being adjusted by the doc.
I've had the pleasure of being adjusted by the doc. I have 2 artificial discs in my back. About a year ago, he's the only doctor that I trust to adjust me after that.
Oh my God. The doc is amazing. Now, since the last time you were on here, there's been some transitions that's been taking place that I've been super excited about. I know, but I would like for my fans to know about these transitions, Doc, that has happened. So much amazing stuff. Every time I talk to you, man, it's some amazing stuff going on.
Don't you think that every one of our interviews, right? Almost like an extenuation, it's not even a word, an extension of the kind of like the path that I've followed, at least. And so what I get out of this is that if someone can look at my path and say, okay, that guy was able to, I'm not the smartest guy in the world. Everyone knows that, okay? Look at Elon Musk. Okay, this guy's killing it right now. But like what I was going to say is, the whole point is you just keep trying. You don't have to be number 1. You could be number 12, but if you keep trying, you'll eventually be number one. So I guess what you're alluding to is the last time we talked, we opened 3 clinics and all this other good stuff. Here's the thing. Just when you thought that nobody else was going to F me over, they did it again.
You got effed over.
Listen, that's okay because it's nothing to do with me. And
Right.
when people do you like that, it's nothing to do with you. What is to do with you is what are you doing next? So I've opened my own clinics now.
Wow.
And it's called Dr. Tony Chiro Clinic. Website, drtonychiroclinic.com. We're on 9th and 9th, the premium luxury real estate of this whole city. Like it's really a center point of Salt Lake City. So
right.
my partner is Eric Martin, who is the same guy, and he's very modest, so he never says this, but I'm always the one that like trumpets that stuff because I'm proud of it. He turned Harley Davidson motorcycles around when they were having a little bit of a problem. He turned that around business-wise. He's the CIO of so many companies. Mrs. Fields cookies, they're delicious, and he turned it around. So I have a very good partner, and so we're very excited to be on 9th and 9th. And
right.
Listen, I've been in practice for 3 weeks, and my new practice blowing up.
That's what we want to hear.
So, and that's because of people, the people that are listening and watching right now. That's because of you guys. It's not because of me. So I'm there. I'm basically a tool to be used to make yourself feel better. That's it.
Right. Now, I've been excited because I've been doing a little research on higher standards. And, I would like to get a little backstory, though, on how'd you even get on this journey in this path of yours that you're on now?
It's funny. I actually started off in Portland, Oregon, helping a guy with a company at a kiosk in a mall, believe it or not, like the worst place I thought I'd ever want to be. But I realized that each place that I go to and each thing that I do is leading me closer to my end goal. And anywhere I go, I learn from other people and I see what they do and I put it into my own way. And it's been very successful. 15 years ago, I was doing conventions. So I followed the American Dental Association, surgeon conventions, helping people with their pain relief. And ever since then, I did it for another guy for about 10 years. I learned everything I could, and I had my 2 artificial discs put in. It's been a year since then. And now I'm doing it on my own. I've taken everything I've learned and started my business and feeling good and networking with everybody, including Dr. T, and just learning from people and living life and loving life.
Wow. Now, that's interesting because Dr. T is just amazing. He's a really good friend of mine. I would like to know a little bit more about the connection, though, with you guys, because, it just makes sense.
Hey, do you ever know how when you meet somebody, right, and all of a sudden you just click and there's it's no effort. It's not uphill. It's completely just symbiotic. And all of a sudden you have that. And that's what Jessie is. Here's what I like about Jessie. Okay. Jessie, not only, dude, this guy is up every day. Sometimes I'll wake up at 5 in the morning and I look and he's already going to post stuff. This guy is on point. He wakes up at 5 in the morning and he does 18 hours, probably sleeps about 6 hours like I do. But you know what? The commitment's there. And listen, you can either win or you can lose, but you're not going to win if you don't put any effort into it. And this guy exemplifies effort. And also, it's kind of like P.T. Barnum said, right? And this is what I live my life by. Sell the ticket to the person, but once they walk into your show, give them more than they expected. And that's what he does.
Right. Now, Dr. T, winning the Chiropractor award of the year,
I'm going to tell you a story about this.
Yeah, that I gotta congratulate you on that, which is well deserved. You've been putting in a lot of work for a lot of years, and your style of the way that you do it. We talked about this several times, and I think that it's just so infectious, man. The way that you just draw people to you. Would you still continue to attribute that as a great tool with being to really, really connect and build with your clients.
Look, here's the bottom line. You don't have to try to do anything if you love what you do.
Right.
I know Jesse knows this too. He loves what he does. I love what I do. And it makes it so much easier. Here's the problem. Finding what you love. And sometimes it's so hard. I'm lucky. You know, Jesse and I both come from not, people look at us and they say, oh, you know, they have everything. We don't. Okay. And I talked to him about this last night, and you were on the phone too, on a three-way. But like, what I was going to say is, you got to understand, this guy comes from nothing, just like I do. And we fought for every single thing that we have. And guess what? We're still fighting hi-hat fucks every single fucking day.
Right.
People that don't get how to treat people. So I'm going to go ahead and transition now. I think it's a great transition. So where I was at, you have to understand. Okay. Do you ever like experience the fact that when you act a certain way, but then someone else doesn't act that way, and you get surprised, right?
Right.
Because we automatically always try to put who we are on other people.
Mm.
So if we're a good person and they're a total piece of shit, that's not going to work out very well. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
So I guess my whole point is this. You saw what kind of effort I put into we're not going to mention the name of the practice on here. Okay, I'm not going to do that. But I will say that there's a story called The Goose and the Golden Egg. And I'm the goose. So the goose gives golden eggs every single day. But sometimes the owner of the golden goose gets greedy. And guess what? They try to cut open the golden goose and take all the eggs out, right?
Mm.
And the goose dies and you get no gold. So that's really what happened with that whole situation over there. So now I have a new place. It's exciting. It's different. And it's, to my belief, a higher level of what we've been doing before.
Right.
Whereas you get, and listen, I have other doctors that are hiring right now with me. You have to, in order to work with me, you've got to be willing to be open, have tough skin, and understand that the only thing that matters is the patient. That's all that matters. So Again, what I thought was interesting about this, and I'll let Jesse go, but what I thought was interesting about this was we've gone through in the past two interviews and talked about all the downfalls I've had. My book includes a lot of that. And my book's in 2022, by the way. The end of 2022, probably November is what we're looking at right now. Again,
okay.
Hold your breath, but probably November. But either way, the whole point is there's been so many challenges. And just when I thought I won, right? From our last interview, I'm like, hey, we got this going on. We got this. These people totally were not integrous at all. There's zero integrity there. Yet you're at church every single week saying how good you are. So like, that's what we're not about. Look, if I do something wrong, like I am who I am, there's no apologies, right? And it's really easier to live that way than to put on a facade that you're a good person, but then turn around. And so I'll say this very, very simply. Doctors were getting paid a certain amount of money. They cut the doctor's pay without even telling these people. These are the best doctors in the entire country. Do you understand that? They cut their pay and didn't even tell them. Next thing you know, the doctors came to me and said, look, you're the only one that can help us. So I said, look, they're going to walk out and I'm going to walk out with them unless you pay them not more money, but what you promised to do. And they had such low integrity. It was disgusting, really. And it's embarrassing to them, honestly. I hope they see this interview too, because they can understand how disgusted everyone is with them because you don't treat someone a good job that way. And so I stood up and I was fired.
Wow.
And they nominated me for Doctor of the Year 2 weeks before that. And now I'm fired. Interesting.
Right.
I think it's a important story. Honestly, they're a joke. So, in my opinion. So, the bottom line is, no matter, you're never done with people messing with you.
Right.
If you are striving for excellence, you're never done with that. It's always going to happen. And so every time it happens, I'm realizing it becomes a little bit easier.
Right. Jess, let me ask you this.
It's been down a lot of the same roads I've been down. What do you think, dude?
Yeah, I mean, life is hard. Nothing's handed to you. You know, I've always tried to take a lot of shortcuts when I was younger, and I realized there is no shortcuts. You have to take the stairs. You know, you can't just jump on the elevator, pass everybody up. Just starting with Dr.T, you know, I started watching his Instagram. I started seeing everybody he was adjusting and the music that he put in the background and the links that he was putting on there. And I said, I could do this. You know, I'm not doing that good. I should change and learn how to do this better. So I started posting my own products, having the music behind it, taking a little bit of his flavor, putting it in my own way. And it's been great, you know, and you're always going to have people that try to hold you down or try to take the light away from you. But for me, I follow God, and I believe that he's done everything in my life for me. I've sacrificed a lot of things to get where I'm at right now because I grew up the wrong way, and I realized that wasn't giving me what I needed in my life. And I had to do whatever it takes to change those ways to become a better person. And the more that I've sacrificed, the more good things have come into my life. So now I'm feeding off it and just loving it and keep going.
Right. Let me ask you this. Higher standards, though. First of all, the title just really stood out to me a lot. Then, you know, when I started to do my research and dive into it, I just fell in love with everything that it stood for. Why that title, though?
Because I believe, like, if you look at now about people's customer service, you call on the phone, you wait 2 hours. When you get on the phone with them, they either hang up on you or treat you like crap, you know?
Right.
And I'm all about customer service. When someone leaves there, I want them to leave a review and say, that person treated me the best I've ever been treated. He cared about me. He listened to me, and then he helped me with the solution of my problem. And having a higher standard of what everybody else is normally thinking what the standard is, I wanted to push it that much higher to treat people better so they know they can depend on me and my company.
Right. Let me ask you this, because, you know, looking at the products, though, it's just cutting edge amazing. The technology aspect of it, it's just mind blowing. You know, providing all natural healthcare options. Talk to me a little bit more about that, and then I want to go into how it just ties in with what Dr. T does as well. It's just sheer genius.
Yeah, so part of what I use is electromuscle therapy, E-stim, or EMS. It's TENS units are used a lot in the past for helping block the pain. My devices are TENS and EMS, which more promotes the healing to the injury instead of just blocking the pain. So therefore, you can get to the solution instead of just putting a Band-Aid on it, you know?
Right.
And chiropractors a lot of the times will use the E-stim and the TENS to loosen the patient's muscles up. Say you're really stiff and you come into chiropractor, he's going to have sometimes a hard time adjusting you. So the E-stim loosens up the muscles, gets them a little bit more limber, so Dr. T or whoever it may be can do their job correctly, you know, and get them adjusted the way that they need to be.
Here's what the EMS does, though, Jesse, which you already know. But like what I like about EMS, and he has the best products on the market. So he physically goes out there and says, okay, this is a really good product, but what's better? And he finds the best things that you can get. So that's why I use him. And so in our new location, we're going to be implementing therapies. So like electric muscle stimulation, photobiomodulation, things of that nature. And I do it all cash. So you can pay $15 extra and get the therapy with your adjustment, which is great. But the TENS unit typically works through something called the pain gate control theory, which means that basically you have different types of nerves. So you've got A alpha nerves, D delta nerves. So pain messages are carried on unmyelinated, large fat nerves. So they travel very slowly. Sensory messages travel quickly. They're A alpha nerves. So the theory is you put the electric muscle stimulation on the area that's hurting the back. And then that impulse, whatever hits that cortex first, wins. So that's the cold pain gate control theory. So because sensory messages travel so much faster, the E-stim, and Jesse, you know, I'm sure you agree with this, the E-stim hits that cortex first. So you don't feel those pain messages. It actually supersedes the messages, making you not feel the pain. And also you're not on any pills or anything either. So it's a very good to things, which I'm a chiropractor, so I'm not like into big pharma. That's just me.
Right. So, you know, The thing that I love too about what both you guys do, and the client and the individual is one of the most important things. It's not all about the money with you guys, and I think that that's
We've talked about this before too.
yeah, another part of the
If
success
you're about the
of,
money, you're never going to get the money.
right,
So
of
just
what both you guys do.
I like Indian stuff, and I like those stories that they tell. And they have a
Mhm.
really good story about the goddess of wealth and the goddess of service. So the goddess of wealth will never pay attention to you until you pay attention to who? The goddess of service. And
Right,
so that's what I live my life by, because I never think, how much money am I getting for this right now? To me,
right,
that's not the right way to do things. Serve out of your own abundance, out of your own love. Serve for the sake of serving people, and the money comes automatically. You don't even have to think about it. You don't have
right.
to, it just
Jess, do
shows up.
you think that in some form or fashion that we're kind of getting away from customer service here in the year 2022? It seems like customer service is at an all-time low now, and I don't care what industry we're in. We're talking about restaurants, we're talking about your retail. It just seems like customer service is just not at the forefront. I mean, we can agree to disagree on that.
You barely get people to go to work, let alone give you good customer service. So
There's a lot of opportunity out there, and I don't know what it is. I think I was held down for 15 years on pain pills because I had 2 herniated discs in my back.
Right.
So my L4, L5 with my lower discs were herniated, pinching on my sciatic nerve for almost 15 years. I was on oxycodone pain pills, almost 10 a day, crying, waking up, take a pill, lay in bed for an hour till it kicked in, and get out of bed. And I wasn't eating right. I was feeling sick. I turned pale white. It wasn't a quality of life that I ever wanted to live. I thought I would be 80 years old on pain pills, taking them until I die. And after I did what I needed to do and didn't give up, God provided to me and put these things in my life to help me get better. I never gave up, though, and I continuously said I will never give up until the day that I die. And I've been provided for. So to make a long story short on that, I just feel like I'm ready to do what I need to do to help people and provide that customer service, because I've been held down so long, and now I have this energy about me that's just take care of people and do anything that I can to help them live a better quality of life. And therefore, I know that God will give that back to me and help me live even a better quality of life when I take care of other people.
Right. Do you guys feel like I feel like we all have similar stories when it comes to the struggle. I feel like the mindset though, the sheer will to not allow that to be the end. I feel like we've all went on another path, and continuing to try to change the narrative and the space that we're in right now. Still, pushing love out there, still pushing that help service out there, wanting to help people and bridge that gap of negativity that's just so full out here.
for sure, for sure. There's two types of people. There's one person that has a very bad experience, right? And then they go on to live their life and make everybody else's experience bad and abuse people or take all those things that were done to them and do that to other people. Then there's another set of people who say, I don't want anything to do with that. And I feel Jesse and I are the same way about that. We just move away from what didn't work and without punishing anyone for it. And I think that's an important distinction to make, is that you have a choice. And there's so many people that do horrible things to other people because that was done to them, but that doesn't make it okay. And they made the wrong choice. You know what I mean?
Right. What's the if I can ask both of you guys, what's the thing that you're most passionate about in the lane that you're in right now? What brings you the most passion?
Go ahead, Doc.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. The most passion, I think, is feeding off when I get a little win and I help somebody, and then I feed off those wins. You know, I thrive off that, because before in my life, either alcohol or drugs or whatever it was what made me feel better, you know. And then I realized that doing the right thing and helping people and building off these wins and get another win and another win and another win, and you start realizing, man, this is a better feeling than anything I've ever done, you know.
Right.
So
That's true.
that's what it is for me, is just going off. And then if you have a loss, you know, just learn from that and change your ways up and just be smarter about it and change it until you get that win.
Right.
To piggyback off what he's saying, listen, there's nothing better than to put your hands on someone and they crawled in and they walk out. And I don't care if I don't get paid for that.
Yes.
Like, honestly, like, it's worth it. And so every day, that's who you are. Like, I'm so lucky that I get to do that. Do you understand that?
Right. Right.
So I'm right in alignment with Jesse on that. The fact that it is, and that becomes addictive. So if helping someone's addictive, I'd rather be addicted to that than gambling or something bad like that.
Yes.
Because you listen, it always pays. The house doesn't always win. You win when you help other people. And so you can, listen, everyone can do something. This is a small thing each day for anyone. There's some guy on the street. Listen, there are people that scam and stuff like that, and we have to be careful not to have prejudice against that. But at the same time, you know in your heart when someone needs your help, and you can help them, and that helps you. It's nothing to do with them. It's to do with you.
Right. Right.
You're the one that gets built up from that, you know?
I totally agree.
I just said that because my whole life is, did you just see that? Did you just see that guy came in crutches? And then I carried the guy in, and now he walked out. That's not me. That's not me.
Yeah.
That is the science and the skill and the art that I apply to the spine and take pressure off nerves. It's easy
Right.
for me.
Absolutely.
You'd be such a pimp like you are.
Vibe Show 97.9. We just here vibing out with the one and only Dr. T and the one and only Jessie McMillan. Listen, we got to go pay some bills. We'll be right back. Y'all make sure y'all keep it locked in. It's the Vibe Show 97.9.
You are now listening to a Mosquito production.
Left with something new. Left with something new. You're here. You're here. Left with something new. Left with something new.
Show 97.9. Shout out to everybody that's on the airwaves tuned in right now. We in here vibing out with the one and only Dr. T and the one and only Jessie McMillan. Listen, guys, now I gotta just to shift gears a little bit. You know, of course, the second time that you was on, Doc, you know, we did tap in a little bit on COVID was going on, and it, you know, it's still going on. Now we got a war going on too. You know, I just would like to just tap in with you guys just to get you guys' opinion on because it is affecting us all. We got gas prices up, food up. I mean, everything.
Did any of this happen before Joe Biden took office? I'm just saying that. I'm just saying, did it?
It did.
No. Okay.
Right.
It's okay. Duh. We all knew this was going to happen. Why'd you do that? I paid $5. I'm rich. and I paid $5 a gallon. That bothers me. That I was like, oh my God, $5 a gallon. Like it costs like $75 to fill up a 12-gallon tank.
Right.
No, but here's where I'm coming from though. I may be rich now, but I wasn't before.
Right.
I know how it is to be a working class person and worry about that. I don't know how these people are doing this. It's creating more stress. It's creating more issues with folks, and it's no good. And that wasn't happening under a certain President 45. It wasn't. Period. And it's not that I love Donald Trump. It's that I like his policies because they work. I like what works, not what doesn't work. Someone that can't even compose a sentence, that's no good. I'm sure the Secret Service is on this. That's fine. But like at the same time, I can have an opinion.
Yeah, we'll be shut down after this. This will be the last episode of the Vibe Show. Let's make it.
Sorry to put you on blast. I'm just saying what everyone else knows. That's all I'm saying. And everyone knows it. They do.
What you think, Jeff?
I don't care who's in charge. I'm going to focus on me and my family and what I need to do because I get it. One person can change the world, but I need to focus on bettering myself and the things that I know bring me down or don't get me any closer to my goals, focusing on myself and changing those things so I can become better at that customer service and helping other people, making their lives better. Because then when I do that, maybe I can make them, a little bit more happy and have their lives a little bit better to where they could function through life and all this crazy stuff going on,
Right. Doc, is it any person that can't get an adjustment? What are some of the things
I want to answer that question, but I want to go to what he's saying really quick.
Okay.
I like how he talks about you can focus on yourself because when we have macro problems, like large problems, like for example, what we just talked about, a very proactive and an awesome choice is to do exactly what Jesse just said, which is to focus on yourself. And then remember, everything happens on a basement level here in this country. So if we can all hold our crap together on the basic level and care about our communities and keep giving excellence, that mitigates some of these problems, you see. Now, someone who can't get an adjustment, somebody with a cerebrovascular issue, problems with arcuous arteries in the neck, you can't get adjusted with that. Some folks with Down syndrome, we have to have an x-ray beforehand to make sure there's no ligament laxity in the neck. And anyone with brittle bone disease, that would be an issue. But most people can get adjusted, no problem.
Right. Jesse, some of the products that Higher Standards that I thought was pretty dope. You guys got the belt. You got the belt. You got those what are those gloves? Those tunnel microfiber gloves. That's crazy. Then you got this dope accessory kit. Now in the accessory kit, does that give you everything or it's different? Can you break down some of the products for me?
Yeah, so when you use electromuscle therapy at, let's say, physical therapy, they don't usually have the accessories. They have the big machine, and they'll put the sticky patches on you, go about 20 minutes, take it off, run through some stretches with you, and then you're out the door.
Right.
So when you have my machine, it's portable, it's self-use. You can use it at home or on the go. Then I have accessories. So if you have, the carpal tunnel or arthritis, it's a microfiber glove that goes on your hand, the machine snaps into it, and it helps contract, strengthen the muscle, promote blood flow with the inflammation and the circulation, helping the injury heal instead of blocking the pain. The accessory kit, yes, has pretty much one of everything. It has the shoes. You can snap into it for neuropathy, plantar fasciitis, restless legs, stuff like that. But it's more to getting to the root of the problem, instead of just blocking the pain and using it as a Band-Aid. So this is something, no matter what you have, if it's the feet pain, I have an accessory for your feet. If it's your hands, I have accessories for your hands. Same with the back. I have the belt you can snap it into, which makes it portable and cordless on your back, so it can help with any issue that you have in any area.
Now, is this like for like I want to say is it sort of like another form of physical therapy in a way?
Yeah, physical
Physiotherapy.
therapy uses it. You know, if you break your arm and get it out of the cast and you lost all that muscle, they're going to put the sticky patches on the arm to help strengthen that muscle and promote blood, help the circulation to help it heal correctly. And then obviously that's what I am connected with Dr. T for, is because I use this on my back, but I also need adjustments, and I get severe pain through the mid part of my back and other areas of my body. So I do massage, I do e-stem, I do physical therapy, I do chiropractor, I do every single thing that I need to do to help me be the best me, period.
Now, Doc, let me ask you this. So now, do you go to, would a patient go to Jess first, then you, or is it you first, then Jess, or does it even matter?
You can do both, because he is like qualified and educated enough to give that therapy on his own. But chiropractors have been using these therapies, and again, he has bigger and better tools than we ever had in the past. Okay, he's got the Mercedes of stuff. These are, like, for example, he talked about atrophy. If you have a fracture, when you have atrophy, that means the muscle is actually shrinking. So I actually got carjacked and this arm got broken, and you can see the difference in the thickness of this one's. It's always going to be swollen, right?
Right.
But when that was in a cast, when it came out, it looked like Darth Vader when they take the mask off of them, and he's got like the face and he's all shriveled up like that. So something that Jessie offers is Russian stimulation. So Russian stimulation builds muscle mass. And so without you having to actually physically sit there and exercise the muscle, it does it for you. So that would be an example of how we're interrelated. Like if someone had a fracture, post-fracture, then I call Jessie, which Jessie supplies all my equipment anyway. And so we're actually coming up with a whole line of different therapies that we can do in the office as soon as I move into my new location. So we'll have extra therapies. We'll have a hyperbaric chamber, EMS, TENS, Russian stimulation, ultrasound. Jessie, what's that one thing that you have? Do you have it with you?
Yeah, actually, I do have it with me.
This thing is LED lighting, photobiomodulation. It's amazing. Check it.
I was going to ask you about that too, because I saw that on the website, and I was like, "Yo, that's dope right there." So tell us,
Jessie, explain that. What does it do?
Yeah, it has LED light therapy on one side of it. So if you have hyperpigmentation, you have dark skin, fine lines, wrinkles. It can also help with the cellular production of collagen, helps inflammation. So you can use it for injuries. You can use it for facelifts, skin toning. The LED light therapy has different colors of light for different things. But the other side of this machine is a microcurrent. So we were talking about the EMS, strengthening the muscle and helping the circulation. This is a smaller current that hits on the cellular level. So it's a microcurrent of the EMS. So this machine provides two different kinds of therapy in one machine. So this is just a part of kind of what we do.
Wow.
That machine right there, Jessie, what does that retail for?
About $8,900.
Jiminy Christmas.
I'm pretty sure it's financing involved in it, right?
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
And you saw on his Instagram how awesome that guy. Listen, the patient he's talking about walked out of there like wowed about this stuff. It was amazing. And so I also do similar things. So I work with Jessie, but I also work with US Cryotherapy, Tom Taylor. And he has a cryo place, and it's the most popular cryo place, at least in this state, but almost probably the nation. And he has a full body cryo chamber. So he has similar things to what Jessie has, but he doesn't have the same exact things Jessie has. So go check out Jessie on Instagram. Not Your Average One is his name, at Not Your Average One. And you'll see he's got some amazing stuff. Here's what I do want to say, though. There's not one piece of a pie here. So Jessie doesn't have all the answers. I don't have all the answers. Your medical doctor doesn't have the answer. Your dentist doesn't have the answers. But all together, we can create an environment that's going to actually take care of all of our needs.
Right.
So it's all about basically you know me. I've always talked about the 5 facets of health, right? Proper sleep, exercise, positive mental attitude, diet, chiropractic. So we can add to that too. So physical therapy is great. Maybe sometimes we need some PT. And I've seen many patients that get adjusted and they do PT at the same time. And it's a great combination. The therapies that Jessie has, again, ancillary and totally complementary to what I do. So totally great stuff.
Let me ask you this. So when it comes down to getting adjustments, the price variables as far as because I noticed you make it affordable. And this is for anyone that's out there that's listening on the airwaves or whatever, that's wondering if this may be something that I can't afford. Can we talk about that a little bit more? Because I want to draw people in and not run them away, because these prices could be crazy and people will just run away, not even really knowing that it's set up to where it can be affordable.
There's a couple problems, and my former bosses, should understand these problems because they're a big part of the problem. And so here's the issue. The issue is this. People get greedy. Dude, you're there to help people. You're a doctor. So what I've done is I have a $79 a month plan that gives you 4 visits. Any additional visits you might need are only $15 a piece. All those therapies we're going to be doing, $15 a piece. If you need an x-ray, I have a deal with the x-ray place, $55 for an x-ray versus $400. Because we have to take those prices down, because you have no choice. You have to take care of your health.
Right.
But people stop taking care of their health because it's too expensive. It's daunting to go and say, so a lot of chiropractors charge, and they're not going to like me for this, and that's okay. But they charge $5,000 for a care plan.
Ooh.
Ouch. What are you, a surgeon? Okay, give me a break. It doesn't have to be like that. So what I do is I focus on seeing as many people as possible, lower that price point for them so everyone can get care. Also, a lot of times people go to the chiropractor, they're in back pain, right? So they go 2 times. It's $75 to $125 a piece. So they get 2 adjustments.
Right.
Yeah, that's going to get you out of pain, but it doesn't correct the issue that's causing the pain. So guess what happens next month? It's back, and you're paying another $125 a clip.
Okay, just to not to cut you off, let me ask you this though, Doc. Isn't in theoretically, isn't that the object of the medical game though? Because I mean, I was having this conversation with somebody the other day, and I don't think you can ever get out of medical debt in some type of way. Isn't that sort of like the strategy? And I'm not saying that it's right, but I'm just saying, let's just be real. Some people got medical bills, they'll never be able to pay them off.
I would like to think it's not a strategy, because that's just disgusting. Unfortunately, look, chiropractors in general have been the pariah of the medical establishment, because we get people better in 50% of the time with 50% of the cost for low back pain.
Mm-hmm.
Surgeons don't like that. Big pharma doesn't like that, because if I get you better with no pills, then they're not selling any pills.
Right.
And it doesn't make them very happy. So then they turn around and say, oh, chiropractors are quack. Well, actually, I'm the one that got results. And there were many chiropractors that went to jail for doing this, because it's a money game. And so, listen, we have to be the ones to stand up and say, look, I'm not playing that game anymore. We're going to make this affordable for you. We're going to give you high quality care. This isn't Canada. We're going to give you good care. And we're not, you know what I'm saying? And we're not going to do anything until we're done giving you the best care possible. And we're going to make it affordable. And then hopefully you'll refer all your friends to me. That makes it financially viable to me. And that's real. It doesn't get any more real than that.
Jess, what you think? I'd like to get your opinion on that. Because I mean, you are someone who, not only are, setting the standard, and but at the same time, it's coming from a place of experience with medical going through medical situations. So you're coming from a place of experience. You know what these bills get hit for, going visit the doctors and getting examinations and MRIs here. And man, you'll rack up a cool 100,000 like it's nothing.
Speaking of that, man, I have a $110,000 bill. I wish I would have brought it. I could have showed it to you right now.
Don't bring the bill.
And so listen to this. I actually was making payments. I said, I don't know how I'm going to pay $110K right up front,
Right.
So I made $100 payments for 8 months. I prayed every day. I don't know how I'm going to get, through this. And I got a phone call one day. Same lady that calls me every month asking for a little more money, So I said, Jesse, just listen to her, hear her out, see what she has to say. She goes, we picked you for a charity, Jesse, to pay for your whole $110,000 surgery.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome.
So it goes to show you to never give up hope and to do whatever it takes, that you need to get better and do whatever it takes. And you can worry about the rest later on, right?
Oh, wow.
Right.
So also, as far as treatments go, if you go to physical therapy, $200 for, a treatment, $180 a treatment, they want to see you 4 times a week, right?
Exactly.
The gas is $5 a gallon. It's easier to do it from your own home and be able to have these products that you can use. And then when you need to go see the chiropractor, Dr. T is there. So being able to own the machine from your home and use it for not only your neuropathy or your sciatica, when that gets better, you still own the machine, so you can use it for your family members and for whoever else instead of paying for several visits to go to physical therapy. And that's why Dr. T makes it so good. He makes these plans so good for you that incorporates everything so you can get the full experience to get better.
Right. And there's training that goes along with that as well.
Everyone can check out my plans on drtonychiroclinic.com. You can make an appointment there. You can do everything there. And it shows all my pricing and everything. And basically anyone I've seen says that that's amazing. I can afford it. So
Yeah.
It's definitely you're not only selling products and selling services, but you're selling the training as well. Like you're getting the training on top of it. You're getting the education on top of it, because what's the sense in owning the products? And like you said, you could help family members. So that's definitely cutting costs. And I think that's super, super dope that you're offering that as well, because that's something that's going against the grain as well, because, you're not going to get that.
The thing about it is check this out. When a patient, I love how you said education, because it's so important. Sometimes you go to the doctor, you don't even know why you were there or what happened.
Absolutely.
That's like terrible. So when someone comes to me, I want them to understand why you're there, what your problem is, and how the hell I'm going to fix it.
Right.
Solution.
And it's been proven many times. If the patient understands their treatment, they understand when to come back, they understand what we're doing, they have a 50% increase in healing.
Right.
And here's why. Because they understand. So they show up for the appointments that are necessary to fix the problem. Problem is, you have, listen, this is nothing against my colleagues, but you've got chiropractors that don't explain anything to the people.
Right.
That's like me walking into a Porsche dealership and they don't show me all the cool little functions on the car, which cost individually. Every single button on that car costs extra that you want.
Absolutely.
But you know what? They educate you about what this is and why you want it. And so if a patient understands their care, they will follow their treatment plan. I look good because they get better. They feel better, and it goes from there. It's a big wave of that effect on people. And that's why I love my job, because what can I do to make it? Let's say I get your mother out of pain today. She's in a slightly better mood. Maybe you have a nice dinner tonight. Maybe we're having some delicious food that Louisiana makes. You know what I mean?
Right.
Who knows? When someone feels better, they are able to perform better, and that affects the multitudes. And that's what I'm about.
Why should and this is a question that I have here. Why should we trust you guys? What makes you guys different from, because in our spaces, of course, we're excellent speakers and all of this, whatever. But I'm hearing it out of you guys' own mouth individually. Why should patients and clients and family, why should we trust what you guys are saying? What makes you guys so different than any other chiropractor or any other CEO or entrepreneur with amazing product out there?
I shouldn't be any different than every other chiropractor. I hope I'm not, because everyone should be doing the same exact thing I'm doing, which is care about the patient. It's not that hard. He cares about his people. Do you understand? This guy calls me, Jessie McMillan calls me almost on a daily basis and says, dude, you got to see how this guy, he could move his arm. He couldn't do it before, this and that. Like, he loves what he does. And that's why he has to sell nothing. No one has to sell it because we love it. And that's why we should be trusted, is because we actually, look, I've been getting adjusted since I was 12 years old. I've worked for chiropractors since I was 16 years old. I'm a nerd about this stuff. And I know Jesse's the same way. He's a bigger nerd than me.
Right.
In a good way.
Hey, Dr. T, when the other day, actually, my mom went to a chiropractor in Oregon. We're in Utah right now. And she didn't know what a certain clicky thing was. I said, hold on 1 minute. I put Dr. T on a 3-way call, and he answered right away and explained to my mom every single thing what that chiropractor was doing. And that right there is not a normal thing for someone to do, which I greatly appreciate with him,
There's no charge for that either, because you're my boy.
There you go.
No, his mom called. Here's what happened. Look, there's good dentists. There's bad dentists. There's good medical doctors. There's good surgeons. There's bad surgeons. Look at Dr. Death, for Christ's sakes. Okay. The guy sat there and purposely paralyzed people. He's a neurosurgeon. And there's a new movie coming out about that. But again, there's good doctors, bad doctors. But like, I want to be a good doctor. His mom called. I said, look, here's things I liked about the visit that you had. Here's things I didn't like about it. I'm not pointing fingers at people, and no one's going to be me. But at the same time, you got to understand, we have to make a choice for our healthcare. And so it becomes a very specific choice. And let me further say this. So people that have been coming in for years, they were searching for me on the internet. And all of a sudden they just keep walking in. And I'm like, how'd you find me? And they're like, well, I found you. I worked hard to find you. I'm waiting for my card. I've only been in my new practice for 3 weeks. And we've had some of the biggest days that I've ever seen. So,
you guys' testimonials are just insane. You know what I mean? Like, and I think that was one of the things that was one of the things that I really, really enjoyed reading was some of those amazing testimonials, man, just from people that actually went through the experience, had the opportunity to be able to engage with you guys on a personal level, up close and in person, and the way that you made those guys, it made people feel. I think that, you guys have mastered that, and I think as long as that's out in the forefront, you guys are going to always thrive. You guys are going to always have people drawing to you, because it's almost becoming extinct out here. You know what I mean? People
that's what makes our job so much easier.
Care.
Nobody's doing the stuff that we're doing. Caring about people.
Yeah.
Everyone should be doing that. Like,
right.
Doing it. Because listen, I walk into businesses, and I've been there like 7 or 8 times. They don't know my name. They don't say, hey, Tony, what's going on? I'm spending money there. Like, what are you doing? So we have to get back to almost like the 50s basics of stuff, which is right. How good are the 50s? And they're bad in certain ways, but they're good in some ways. And the way that they're good is that, look, there's respect. There's pride. If I adjust someone and I'm not doing the best I can, I don't feel good about that. Like, that's something that is not, it shouldn't be like a random or a rare thing. If you don't do a good job, you should feel that and then do a better job. Right. You're right. It's extinct, bro.
Right. That's a fact. I want to ask you guys too, what's the plans for the future? Like, where you guys want to take both of you guys' brand individually? Where do you see it in the next 5 years?
I want to know what Jesse's is.
That's next 5 years. Honestly, I really try to take it day by day, but in this last year, since I've had my 2 artificial discs and I got off pain pills after 15 years of being on them, there's no limit. There's no limit. I mean, every day God has blessed me with something that's blowing my mind, where I'm like, I can't even believe this, but I just stay prepared and keep working on myself and try to be better than I was the day before, and keep reading and keep studying and try to be at the top of my game. And I look forward to just honestly helping more people and becoming more like more known, you know, so I can help reach out to more people.
Absolutely.
How much do you love this guy?
He's the man.
No, I'm talking about you. I'm telling Kevin how much you love
Tell me.
I love this guy, man. Like,
He's a great guy.
I loved him the first time I
Why can't
talked
we
to him
have
on
more
the
people
phone.
like this guy? That's what
Exactly.
Yeah.
Same thing for you, Dr. T.
What do I see?
Yeah.
I see that I'm going to be franchising out Dr. Tony Chiro Clinic because guess what? I'm going to offer what you nailed this. You always do. You're like the best interviewer ever. And you also ask the right questions.
He does.
And I love that. So, but again, what makes you different? That's why I want a franchise. I want my standard of care to be the norm. We're not doing some back alley low rent stuff. We want a crown on top of these things. And that's why DrTonyChiroClinic.com, if you go there, you can see who I am, the celebrities, but every patient's a celebrity to me. Every patient has my cell phone number, just like, I'm not going to mention the people's names, but a lot of people have my cell phone number and they call me whenever they want, trust me. And so do all my patients. And guess how many times I've been bothered by that? None. So again, take your game to the next level, everybody. So whatever you're doing, here's what a very wise person taught me. The difference between a winner and a loser is one more step. When I used to wait tables, right? I was a waiter for a long time. I was a pretty good waiter. And they'd be like, you're an amazing waiter. I'm like, you should see me as a doctor. I'm way better. But a guy's like, hey, do you have chopsticks? I worked in an Italian restaurant, but I worked by P.F. Chang's. So I ran over there and grabbed some chopsticks and brought it back. You paid $30 tip.
Right.
So the difference between, and listen, I'm not writing this book. Okay. There's people way more successful than me, but I do understand the fundamentals. And the fundamentals are one extra step distinguishes you from a winner or a loser. And I hate that there's any losers, but you know what? Get your act together and pull the head of the plane up here and let's go forward. You know, but the thing is this, a lot of people don't even know how to do that. And that's why we're here. So maybe something I said will like inspire you to take one extra step.
I love that. Let's give some shout outs. Both of you guys, give some shout outs, man, to we got to give some flowers out to you guys. Have a great, awesome support system, staff, people that's involved in keeping the brands moving forward, man. Let's show some love to some of these people, man.
Who do you love, Jess?
Oh man, my number one, if I didn't mention God above, I would be wrong, I would be messing up right there. No matter what, I don't lean on my own understanding, as much as I want to. I know that's not the right way. So I know God has provided me more than anything. A lot of people don't believe or have their own beliefs, but for me, every time I depend on him, he's never let me down. He's always helped me grow and guide and show me the right way. And my family, the second thing is my family's been there for me to support me and to believe in me. The third would be my relationships with like Dr. T and Kevin, you, and all the people that believe in me also, that want to reach out and work with me and collab with me and support with me. And I thank you guys all for that. And if anybody I missed, thank you also for you guys.
Absolutely. Doc?
There's so many people that I can mention right now. I do have a new staff though. I have a new business partner, Eric Martin. He's slightly better looking than me, but not much better looking than me. He's way smarter though. So no, he's been amazing. I want to tell you this. The second that shit went down, Kev, the next day, because I don't wait. The next day I had financing for my new practice.
Right.
And I had several other people that were kind of trying to do it, but they were kind of like not all in. And so Eric sat back and he's like, go meet with them first and see what it is. And then I showed up and he goes, I want you. And I got you 100%. So we have a beautiful practice. We're on 9th and 9th here in Salt Lake City, which is, again, the premier destination for chiropractic care. Dr. Tony Chiro Clinic. Jessie McMillan works with me in terms of my therapies and stuff like that. We're going to have a bunch of cool things. But I guess I would say shout outs. Camille Johnston's my new front desk. I was so used to Amber Davis. Okay. She was, and she is the best front desk person and manager that anyone's ever seen. But unfortunately, I'm no longer working with her. But I will say this. My mom, God. I love that. Listen, today's Easter. Nobody loves Jesus more than me, because you know what Jesus was? He was a healer. And I'm no way comparing myself to Jesus at all. But I do think that you are bestowed on you certain gifts. And it's like the parable in the Bible, right? It's Easter, so I can say Bible stuff, even though I swore earlier. Again, we're not perfect, but we try. So either way, use your talents, and that's what God wants you to do. So he gives you these talents to use, so do it. And that's really where I'm coming from. I'm grateful for my gifts that I was given, but it's not me. It's not me.
I love that, man.
I love Jesus, dude. He's a healer, and he's one of my mentors, period.
Amen.
I love that.
And happy Easter, everybody.
Guys, let's put those social platforms out there and ways that people could actually get connected with you guys. I know for Dr. T, you guys can definitely go and get all of the information that you need on the website at www.drtonychiroclinic.com. You guys make sure that you log on. That's www.drtonychiroclinic.com for all the information to get connected. They got prices on there, all different type of packages. It's just amazing. Make sure that you get connected. Let's put those social platforms
also
on there.
Family plan too. It's not up there yet, but it's coming.
Put those social platforms out there.
419-1612. You can also call there. You can check in online, or just call my cell phone. It's 385-337-8015. Yeah, I just did that.
And guys, also higherstandardsutah.com. higherstandardsutah.com. I'm gonna be crazy as Dr. T. 503-953-4125.
I was gonna give your number if you didn't give it.
Come on now, you got our number. What else do you need?
Y'all make sure that y'all log on too for more information for Higher Standards, man. That's www.higherstandardsutah.com. That's www.higherstandardsutah.com. All the information, they got the products on there, the prices, everything, all of the information to be able to get connected. Also, you guys make sure, put the social platforms out there, guys, as well.
Go ahead, Jess.
Yeah, just follow me on Not Your Average One. It's on the screen. And just the higherstandardsutah.com. You can also see my Instagram, Higher Standards, also. And Dr. T, I mean, you'll see, look on the screen, and you can be able to see it there also.
Yeah, Jesse and I post each other and stuff like that intermittently, but Dr. Tony Chiro Clinic is my thing. So email, website, Dr. Tony Chiro Clinic. So Instagram, Dr. Tony Chiro Clinic. Comment on my posts. If you hate something, tell me I don't like that one. I want something. If you like something, tell me you love it. All right. So listen, no matter what, listen. Also, if you were a former patient of mine, I grandfather you in on whatever you were paying at that other place, which we don't even know the name of it anymore.
I love this guy. Listen, guys, I gotta tell y'all, man, this has been an absolute honor as always. I love this friendship, man, and I love what the future holds for us all. And I just want to thank both of y'all for your time. And you guys know that you are part of the Vibe family. So you know you can come back on here anytime you guys want to come back on here. We're wishing y'all more blessings and more success with everything that you guys are doing right now and in the future. I love both of y'all, man.
We love you too, man. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Y'all already know we're going to catch up, man. Y'all know this already.
Hey, listen, so there's stuff I'm probably not supposed to talk about, but I'm excited about what we talked about last night, what's coming up with us.
How about that?
Are you frozen?
Dr. T, what'd you say?
No, I said Kevin talked to us last night about some upcoming stuff.
Yes.
I'm not sure what I can talk about, what I can't talk about, but we're excited about it.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, we definitely excited about it. We got some major things coming up. I don't want to put it out there quite yet. I want to wait for those advertisements to jump off, but just know that there's some major collaborations that's about to happen. It's going to be very, very exciting. I'll say June-ish. I'll put that out there. I'll put June-ish out there. I'll put June-ish, around June-ish.
Okay.
I'll put that out there or whatever.
Well, I want people to know that there's big things coming. Like I'm talking about
colossal.
And
Colossal things
listen,
coming.
we should go off the air before I spill the beans.
I think we've been Happy Easter to everybody. I love y'all. Shout out to everybody that was tuned in. I love y'all so much. Y'all are the champions, man. Without y'all, there's no us. I hope that everybody have a blessed rest of the day. Happy Easter to everybody. Happy Easter to you guys as well. And we definitely want to send prayers over there to Ukraine too. It's crazy. We're sending our prayers and our love over there for the people over in Ukraine as well. It's the Vibe Show 97.9. I love y'all. If you guys are not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Why not, man? This is the home of the most amazing guest on the planet. Y'all already know the vibes and know how we do. Love you, Doc. Love you, Jesse, man. We are out of here. Vibe Show.